Hello, this is Gary the Coconut bringing you another episode of Best of Bronze, and this is a game between Loading, the blue Protoss player, and Vanquisher, the red Protoss player. So this is a P versus P, or Protoss versus Protoss. Let me get that protection tab up. Now I do have quite a surprise for you on this one. You're just going to have to stick with me. This is probably the weirdest game I've ever casted, and I have casted some pretty weird games. So that should tell you about it, but you're just going to have to trust me. You're just going to have to stick with it all the way to the end, because it'll all come together. It will. I was just doing some hand motions. I know you can't see it, but it will come together. So it looks like, let's try to figure out our plans here. It looks pretty mirrored. Let's see who's ahead in the probe count. Ooh! It does look like Loading is ahead in the probe count. But now, I want you to read the chat. I'm not going to read it to you because I am easily distracted, and I will just be silent and just be reading the chat. Alright, so the chat is one of the reasons I wanted to show you this video. Loading has been in a previous episode of mine. It was a really good game too. I do not remember which episode that was. I will look it up, and or actually you can just type in Loading. I'm going to start putting the names in the in the titles of the games I cast, so that you can just search on my channel and find it. So you can just go to my channel, go look up Loading, and see which game he is in. And it was a good one, a good episode. That was back before my microphone was very good, so be patient. Let's see if we can guess these plans yet. Alright. So Loading is getting a little bit starstruck. He's never heard of my channel before. And he's getting a little bit excited to know that he's a YouTube star for maybe, I don't know how many views that video has, but maybe 1,000 views by now, I don't know. And, ooh, it looks like we're going to see a 4-gate, most likely from Vanquisher here, and no Cyber Core for Loading. That's a little slow. I think he's getting a little too excited about being a star on my channel. But it is, let's go ahead and speed up through this intro here. This is a very short game, so it's going to be a pretty short video. And this is going to be probably the first and only time I'm going to cast a game like this, because I think it only needs to be casted once. But you guys can try this strategy and let me know if it ever works, because I've tried it and I've never had it work. How have I tried it as Protoss? Well, you're just going to have to trust me. Alright, so Cyber Core is way behind compared to Vanquisher. He's already got 4 gates on the way. His chrono boosting the Cyber Core for that warp gate technology, that warp gate upgrade, and he says, forget it. Probe rushing at the 440 minute mark, leaving the probe behind. He doesn't care. And what's better than I gotta slow this down. What's better than a probe rush at the 5-minute mark? One that's scouting in the wrong direction, one that's being scouted by this player, you know, by Vanquisher. He sees it, obviously. One zealot, let's see how many zealots. Zealots and 14 probes against 18 probes. But by the time he finally finds that base, there is going to be, look at this, several zealots on the way. It's going to be easily head up, even getting a forge. He gets some Loading type laugh there. Silly guy are way behind in the supply count. This is obviously not going to work. I mean, I don't want to spoil it for you. So why am I casting this game? Gary, this is so terrible. What are you doing? My replays are so much better than this crap. Why don't you cast that one? Don't worry, I get that all the time, and I ignore them just like I ignore everything. And guess what? Are we surprised here? No. So why am I casting this game? You're going to find out. Because I missed it the first time I watched it, and then I watched it the second time. Poor Loading, I'm like, you know, this game wasn't very good. I'm not going to cast it. I looked at the chat, of course. The chat, LOLing. Somehow that did actually card a lot good, but all his probes are still here. He's still, and then he does run out of probes, and so the first time I watched this replay, I missed it. And oh look, even going for the counter cannon rush, there's nothing here to defend. I mean, he's still getting warp gate. You could cancel that, but you know, it's just, yeah. Anyway, so he says he just wants to watch the video of himself on YouTube, so he's just throwing this game. And that's what I thought the first time I watched it. But he has all the cards up his sleeve. He does have a plan, and it does look like he is going to give up And for some reason, Vanquisher's still sitting. And there he go. Did you miss it? Because I missed it the first time I saw it. There it was. That's the reason I wanted to show this one to you. Look at that. Let's go back a few seconds here and analyze this. All right. See this? All is not in the beginning when you leave the game. H is not capitalized. Neither is G. He typed it in, and it worked. He said that he has left the game. He threw the game, so it looked like he was just leaving. And usually the score screen pops up, but Vanquisher just left the game confused. And so that actually worked with 22 supply to 1 supply. Probably just that one probe somewhere. There it is. Oh, that's Vanquisher's. So anyway, yeah, there it is. So anyway, this game... that is what made it into the cast, is that this crazy strategy actually worked. If that is not the cheesiest of cheese, then I don't know what is. And I am going to start... You're leaving the game anyway. You might as well just type it in. It might work. Even if it works 1 in 100 games, that's still... You're leaving the game anyway. So anyway, thanks to Loading for sending me this replay and for talking about my channel in it. That is always an ego booster, and I love it. And so... if you want to send me a replay, please include the league and which player you are in the game, or else it's going to go to the back of the line automatically just right then. And send it to bestofbronze@gmail.com. And this is Gary the Coconut, and that's it. So he is bunker rushing a base that is not there, and this is so